Even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020.
Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Los Angeles Chargers
and the Las Vegas Raiders.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. The Raiders at 7-4 on the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long.
And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32. They started on the ground with Eckler.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Chandler Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll go as a 42, making a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Allen now with a chance to run.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets them back for 2nd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Herbert going for the deep ball.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 33. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Khalil Mack, of course, the former Raider, there to make the tackle. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On play action. Now Carr. He gets this to Devontae Adams.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On play action, it's Carr. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's second down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Under pressure, and down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once more, here's Eckler. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 34-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me for it. That's my turn now to make the big play. And that's exactly what he did.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. This is a counter play. Eckler.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Now it's Herbert. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. 21 yards there on third down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Here down to the 6-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. 2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. 30. 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Up the middle with Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play action. It's Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown.
Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
The last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Chandler Jones able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Take it at the 37. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a wide out. When you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas.
Taking it about the 16. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Carr going to throw. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
On Hubbard, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow.
And he's going to get this down near the 25. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. This throw over the middle, taken in by Cole. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today? Picked up by Rocky Sin.
And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
What now? And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now it's Carr. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
No let up in this passing game. They've been a well-oiled machine throughout. And I actually saw a few guys on the sidelines at the end of the 3rd quarter doing the old hold up 4 fingers college sign, meaning the 4th quarter is ours. And they certainly weren't kidding.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Adams. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 12-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a play fake. Carr. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown! A 12-yard touchdown grab. Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. It's Eckler again. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So Carr will depart, and on comes the Raider kicker Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Charger drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. 47 yards on the ground for him so far.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
On the option, here's Eckler.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Defensively with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Herbert's throwing to the hands of his receiver, Guyton.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0.
3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. You're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly force turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turn around.
Yeah, you just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Las Vegas, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they fall to 6-6 now on the campaign. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.